All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of get.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So you.
Hey, all gravity, any day above ground, live it. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. It's crappy down here in Atlanta, but the rain is needed. I know. I'm sorry for not doing the live at 12 o'clock. Something came up. But we moved it down to right after this live. We're going to jump into that because some stuff came out today. And I figured let's just get it all out the way. And then you'll see me at 6 o'clock talking with Brother Tory. But I just wanted to bring this impromptu live to you because, again, these folk out here with this Michael Byrd situation, it's funny that they always want to tell us that we hate the cops and we can't do this and then other stupid things. He needs to be arrested. He needs to be charged with the M word. And we say to ourselves, well, we saw the evidence just like you did, and that was a justified shoot. But that's okay. We go back and forth with these fools. But what we're not going to do here is we're not going to sit up here and take the word of a cop. That's what we're not going to do. And no, we don't hate the police. We're just going to express that again because we know how they're going to come up in here and try to say we anti-cop. No, we want them corrupt cops off the street. We want their bosses off the street. A Twitter exchange came up, and I think we're going to have to really go down that rabbit hole again and show these people, especially these cops who swear that they know the law, just how the law works, which we shouldn't even have to. But before we get into that, we got to do the customary house cleaning.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose, such as criticism, commenting, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in
Now I saw this post yesterday. I tell you every couple of weeks they bring this up. I saw this post yesterday and I said to myself, here we go again. So this person said, was look at the account one time. All right, he's one of them. And he looked like he one of them gamers, but whatever. Do you think Michael Byrd should be arrested? Now, everybody knows the story of Michael Byrd. He gave Ashli Babbitt a lead injection. We'll just call it that. So I retweeted it, well, quote tweeted it and said, nope, next outrage, please, because I don't want to hear this crap. But okay. Brother Torian Rain came in and said they ask that question every damn week. Every week. I think it's every couple weeks, but you know. We got some answers here. But I want you to piggyback off of this one. So this Eve person comes in. Well, we already know what they're about. Yeah. Whenever we see this, we already know what time it is. We already know what they're about. How come the live chat was off? That's crazy. I think they're screwing my channel again. What I will ask y'all to do is refresh the live stream because I don't know why the live chat was off. That's crazy. Y'all should be able to talk because I was wondering why nobody was saying anything. They playing with my channel again. All right. Should be fine now, but you know. So we look at this and I'm like, okay, here we go. Former Ranger and SOF, special, I guess special forces. Okay. Current law enforcement SWAT. The Constitution is not to get out of jail free card. Left wing MAGA. Left wing MAGA. Here we go. This is going to be fun. What did I tell y'all a couple weeks ago? I told you that blue MAGA was going to start showing up. I said it over there on X. That blue MAGA was going to start showing up in droves. I said, all right, we're going to have a little fun with you. So I said, explain why. That was one thread. So this person said, nope, support law enforcement. Support law enforcement. Now, this was funny. So L76, now they said that they're a retired federal agent. They said the answer remains no, excuse me. Good shoot. Support law enforcement. The Eve person comes back and says, aren't you guys on the side that literally hates law enforcement and wants to abolish them? Now, you see how they already start assuming. Well, we're going to assume as well.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Number one, when did we ever say we hate law enforcement? We say we hate them corrupt cops. There's a difference. Number two, we never said we wanted to abolish the cops. See, y'all listen to BLM all day and think that's all black people. I need y'all to get out of that. We're not left-wingers here. You can go back in my archives. I said, I can't stand them cops. But not once did you tell me, hey, cops got to go. But all right. You let him talk long enough. I let him talk long enough, or she. We don't discriminate over here. So I said, you're insane. We want the corrupt cops off the streets. Keep a pin in that, because we're going to show you now that they don't have any reading comprehension. Yet you call every officer corrupt and you call them tyrant without even understanding the law. Where did I say that all cops are corrupt? Where did I say that? I'm sorry, but maybe we need to up the standards of being a cop. And one of them has to be, you have to have at least a 12th grade reading level. And I'm just saying, since y'all want to knock Baltimore and Illinois and all these other places saying that the kids can't read, and now y'all want to do something because you thought it was a joke then, but now it's touching your kids, and we talk about the non-white kids. Now you want to do something about it. But okay. So I said, I'll give you an opportunity to make your case right now. We can have a debate on this issue in law enforcement on YouTube and Rumble right now. Sell me on Michael Byrd needing to be charged. He shot an unarmed woman that was posing no threat, had no danger to anyone else, and had been nearly trying to climb through a window. Yes, I meant non-black kids. Yes. Well, I'd like to highlight this right here. I love how cops have access to all this information and they just don't use the capabilities that they have.
I prayed for this and it happened.
The music got turned on. You already know what this is about to be. See, this is why we like dunking on suspected white supremacists, especially those in the law enforcement sector. What if I told you, family? I see what you said, Tori, and we're not even going to talk about the breaking and entering. What if I told you, family, that this lie that he just or she told is actually inaccurate as hell? I know you're going to tell me they lie all the time. We understand this. But I hate to do it to him, but it's so beautiful to do it to him nonetheless. Let's disprove this right now.
Get to work! You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
What is this I found? Well, this is the Crime Scene Sciences Unit in DC. This is called a crime scene examination report. We all watch CSI, we all watch SVU, the regular Law and Order, all these cop shows. And we know you have to take a report whenever there's a crime, especially if somebody dies. You have to vouch all their stuff, everything, from what's in their pockets to what's underneath their clothes. What is this we found, family? A 2-page report. Now, this report date was on the 11th. So it's 5 days after the insurrection. And you see who did it, the Metropolitan Police Department. Here you go. Ashli, this is her. Now remember, yes, she was married, but for those who didn't remember, on her license, she had her maiden name. But okay. We all go down. We're going to skip all this. We're going to get to the evidence collected. DFS item number 1. One pair of black asset Spanx leggings, unknown size, with suspected blood recovered from MedStar inside a patient belonging bag from IAD agent, which they redacted because they didn't want to get in trouble. So that's her leggings that she had on. DFS item number 2. One pair of brown LL Bean boots, size women's 7, with suspected blood recovered from MedStar inside a patient belonging bag from IAD agent, whoever. And as remember in the video, she had on brown boots. DFS item number 3. One pair of pink 35 below socks from MedStar inside a patient belonging bag from IAD agent. Okay. She had another pink sock. I don't know why she would have 3 socks, but okay. One coral iPhone with clear case from MedStar. So her iPhone. Now we get to the fun, family. We get to the fun. Who's ready for the fun? Let me know if you're ready for the big fun. Because I love how these people just want to sit up here and lie like we don't look. Are y'all ready for the big fun? Yes, the big fun with the wretched, because she was wretched. And we're gonna restart the music because I want this to be understood.
Mike Wilson.
The big fun. DFS item number 6. One green Paraforce folding knife recovered from SPO Sergeant, redacted name, at MedStar Hospital inside of a plastic bag. We're going to blow this up. Green Paraforce folding knife. Now, I'm a rule breaker at times, but there's one thing I know. I don't bring weapons into a local, state, or federal building because I know what's going to happen. I don't need to be asking questions. But since they want to forget this part, a green Paraforce folding knife. Now, what the hell is that? Well, we're going to show it to you.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Well, look at that. Here you go. Paraforce lockback knife. This is on their website, accusharp.com. Paraforce knives are lightweight, durable, and ideal for everyday carry, featuring a belt clip, 3-inch blade, and a safety lock. These knives come in multiple colors such as blue, green, black, and orange. Call our sales team to ask for quotes today. Now, I'm guessing this is a wholesale site, but still. Pocket clip, lightweight, safety lock, actual size 7 inches open, 4 inches closed. 3 inches blade. 3-inch blade. Eve, person. She wasn't unarmed. So, what is it you cops call that? A reasonable threat? Isn't that interesting? That's quite interesting. Let's see what else they have. Look at this. You get a whole set. You could buy it for the whole white supremacist team. You could get an 18-pack. Well, ain't that something? They even so nice, they leave one open for you. Well, ain't that something? Ain't that something? Let's see what these Paraforce knives go for. Well, here we go. $13.90. We're accounting for inflation because, you know, that was 2021. That was almost 4.5 years ago. $12 on eBay. Well. Sounds like, again, she wasn't unarmed. Interesting. We gotta make sure they see all this. Said he was unarmed. Okay. It's funny that, again, I brought this point up before, but we're gonna bring it up again. It's funny that they didn't want to ask them two white boys that pushed her through the window to be charged. They should be accessories. But, you know, they don't want to do that. And I love how the cop, we all saw the video, the cop told her to stop multiple times. Remember, these are the same folk who love to tell you, oh, people don't obey lawful commands, especially us blacks. We don't listen to lawful commands. We want to do what we want. Oh, You want to hear something funny, family? Remember how they brought up the Glock that he left in the bathroom to somehow discredit him? Okay. Guess what he also did? They said he left his post to go to a card game. While he was on duty, they want him fired then. Okay, they kept him. So y'all ain't got a problem with the government not getting rid of him. You got a problem with him doing his job. That's what we're hearing. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. See, people like this here, this person, you gotta watch them. They love telling you how much of a cop they are, but they can't even tell you what a cop is. You're a government agent sanctioned to control the populace. You're not here to protect businesses. You ain't for the individual citizen. Y'all motherfuckers, because you a SWAT officer, your motherfucking ass probably get happy when you got a incident where you got to go put on your special garb one time. How much you want to bet, family? I'm just going to do this just to bullshit a little bit. Let me see if he ever said back to blue one time. You wrote this on, here we go. What is this? Let's back up a little bit. What is this? Back to blue means you support and respect police. Nobody would have seen. Oh, Lord. What did I tell y'all about? Y'all need a 12th grade reading level to be a cop. It's a sane mind, not a seen mind. Let's see what else he wrote. Here's another one. Do you really think that all back to blue people know Scott? I don't even know who they're talking about, but everyone that backs BLM knows what they're about because there's thousands of videos on the internet of them destroying and rioting in cities. Okay. So we get to reduce BLM to just riots, but Michael Byrd need to go away because he saved people's lives that day. By the way, and we're going to turn the music off because I need this part heard by Eve. Now, y'all know this. This person don't know this. Before you sit up here and try to tell me that I'm lying on anything I said, intimate details would tell you that I know exactly what I'm talking about. And those intimate details are that I was on the ground that day. The cops were not being cops that day. They were being antagonistic, probably on the order of Nancy Pelosi. I ask y'all again, especially you MAGA shills, since you told everybody that you left-wing MAGA, why in the hell would you go into a building that Nancy Pelosi owns and controls, knowing how she feels about y'all? Why would you do that? Why would you go in a building where they expressively told you that the building on that day was off limits to the public? Why would you listen to anybody opening the door telling you to go inside? Why would Ashli Babbitt fly 3,000 miles away to get a lead injection? Why would she do that? After her husband told her, don't go. So she didn't even have respect enough for that man. You could tell me there was FBI all through it. You could tell me all that. You're telling me you're a dumb American. Oh, brother man, we'll add on to that. When it comes to black people, just us having oxygen in our body means we're armed. Does that mean she was being a modern woman? Survey says
Yes.
she didn't want to listen to her man protecting her, and what happened? She got dealt with. And again, it's funny. Two white boys were grabbing her ass and pushing her through the window, and he had to lay her down one time. I'm going to say it. If Michael Byrd was white, he'd have got a Congressional Medal of Honor the next day.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. It's perfect.
That's what they would have said once it was delivered. If Michael Byrd was white and he did what he did to Ashli Babbitt, every state in the union would have given him a parade.
You want some more?
I think we might have more. It's been a while since I did this. If Michael Byrd was a white cop, do you understand that in every precinct, in every sheriff's office in this country would have a picture of him with flowers around it saying how he's one of the greatest police officers and law enforcement individual that ever lived? He'd be on the level of Bull, whatever the fuck his name is, that scumbag down there in Salem.
You want some more?
We might have more. Do you understand if Michael Byrd was a white cop, every cop in this country would have a wallet-sized photo of him looking at him like he God Almighty?
You want some more?
We might have more. If Michael Byrd was a white cop, do you understand that every agency in this country that had an opening for a police commissioner or a leader of police would be throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars a year at him just to get him on payroll?
You want some more?
We might have more. If Michael Byrd was a white cop and he did what he did on January 6th, every college and university in the country would be asking him to speak at their commencement.
You want some more?
We might have more. No, Wallow J, she didn't catch a bullet. She caught your bullet. Shout out to Jackie Chan. If Michael Byrd was a white cop, do you understand that every MAGA idiot would have had that man on their channel explaining his side of the story and saying, you know what? You make a compelling argument. I didn't even see it like that.
You want some more?
We might have more. If Michael Byrd was a white cop, Ashli Babbitt would have her whole existence would have died on January 7th.
You want some more?
We might have more. If Michael Byrd was a white cop and he did what he did, the Breakfast Club would have had him on the first shot. They would have been able to talk to him.
You want some more?
We might have more. If Michael Byrd did what he did, they would have invited him to the Oscars, the Emmys, the Tonys, and the Grammys.
You want some more?
We might have more. If Michael Byrd was a white cop and he did what he did, every bleeding heart in this country, whether you're on the left or the right, would have given him a clean deed to his house, wherever, a brand new truck, and people would have been offering their security services to protect him because he knows how crazy this country is.
You want some more?
We might have one more. If Michael Byrd was a white cop and he did what he did to Ashli Babbitt, do you understand there would have been flyers at every strip club in this country saying it's Michael Byrd Day? Special drinks. The Scrippers would have been giving him a lap dance. We would have saw the video of him getting a lap dance and nobody would have questioned it.
You want some more? Do you? All right, bim, bam, boom. Somebody.
Wait a minute, I got one more. If Michael Byrd was a white cop and he did what he did to Ashli Babbitt, Trump would have had him at the White House on January 20th, walking everybody in when he was getting inaugurated.
You want some more? Do you? All right, bim, bam, boom. Somebody get this nigga out of my way.
So miss me with this. Michael Byrd need to go to jail. Because you the same type of cop that would allow Geronimo Yanez to do what he did, and you would know about it and let him ride. I know that for sure. There you go. We're all safer because he put that violent thug down. There you go. Now he finna block me after you see all these comments. He probably went to work. It's funny, you cops should be happy as hell. That man put down one of them California folk. I know how y'all don't like California one time. There's no knock on California, by the way. I'm just saying. Y'all want to run around talking about how she an Air Force vet? Well, there you go. Should have flew her ass. Never mind. I was going to say something wrong, but I'm going to be nice. I don't need that juju on me. But we just wanted to explain that really quickly. Oh, brother man, to you, it was always about race with that. This is why I said, when it comes to us with them cops, we just want the corrupt cops. We don't give a damn what color they are, because we've talked about all them corrupt cops. We talked about the corrupt black ones. We've talked about the corrupt white ones. We've talked about the corrupt Indian ones. We've talked about the corrupt Asian ones from the Far East. We talked especially about them corrupt Hispanic ones. But see, folk like this Eve person don't get that. That's why they said, we all just want all these cops gone. And we're like, no, we want the ones off the street that make y'all look bad. Y'all want to have relations with the community, but y'all don't want to come outside and help out. You back the thin blue line. You want to distance yourself from the populace when it's convenient for you. Then you wonder why everybody talking about, we don't like police. Screw you. Every time you pull somebody over, we got that look. But we saw you dumbasses outside putting over Daniel Penny. We saw that. Well, you got that one, but guess what? Who's still in the dirt? And guess who's never going to get charged? And Trump knows that he can't do anything or say anything because he already knows that was a justified shoot. And he looked crazy putting them up on the stand. And as you can see, as the 4 years have gone away, you've seen less and less calls for Michael Byrd to be prosecuted. Oh, and by the way, before we go, one other cop, Daniel, whatever the hell his name is, Derek Chauvin. You want to know the real reason why he's not getting out of jail or he's going to get pardoned? He actually admitted in his federal case that what he did was wrong. So he admitted guilt. I don't think you fools want to open that door. Because if you're going to tell me someone can admit that they were wrong and then we let them out after 3 years, then you should let out everybody that does that and says that. And I don't think you want that. But there's that. So hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, I try to be better next time. I will see y'all in about 30 minutes where we're going to go over these tariffs because some breaking news just dropped. And y'all not going to like what is about to get hit and what Trump was saying in regards to these tariffs. But we will see y'all when we see y'all. Just stay around when the live is over. It'll direct you to the other one. Make sure you hit the like on there so we can push this out. Hopefully we get back in the algorithm. As we have said, the next few months are going to be rough, but you have been equipped. So you shouldn't be stressed. So y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
Time's up.
But did we have a good time here? Hello?
Gotta get your groove on.
At the end of the day gotta end.
That's it.